Thank you, Debbie, for that introduction. I will jump straight into my slides. Just one slide on Reply. Reply started in '96 to help organizations exploit that new technology, the internet, and how can we actually really develop our businesses using the internet. Since then, obviously, new technologies have been built upon it, and we have grown to an organization of 120 companies. We have 120 companies. Each company specializes on one particular topic, whether that's a technology topic, such as machine learning or artificial intelligence, whether it's a functional area in CRM, or whether it's an industry specialism. We're over 7,500 people, and we're very pleased that we broke the 1 billion mark in our last year. That's Reply. I'm going to talk to you today about superhuman capabilities. I think it's a theme that's beginning to pick up today, actually. We just heard on our last speaker that human touch. And we heard from Ninian Wilson earlier today as well. He talked about the human touch, and he talked about also about the positivity that he's beginning to feel. And I hope to carry on with some of that positivity. Since the dawn of time, humans have reached for the stars. We've endeavored to conquer the environment that we live within and the environment that surrounds us. And machine learning and artificial intelligence and all of these great new technologies promise us a new era of technology advancement. Actually, when we combine these, we think we really are going to see some great advancement. We're going to see people develop even more superhuman capabilities. And I'm going to start with this. Does anybody know what this is? This is the north face of the Eiger. It is 3,967 meters tall. It's probably one of the most, if not the most difficult climbing wall there is in the world. It's an impressive mountain. Since, in the summer of 1935, a Bavarian team decided that they want to be the first to reach the summit using the North Face. They set off. They managed to do very well on day one. Day two, they struggled a little bit, and on day three, it was getting very tough. And unfortunately, a storm came in. It swept the mountain, and they all perished in the freezing conditions. A year later, another team of 4 decided that they were going to have a go. Unfortunately, they met the same fate. But after several other failed events and people trying to tackle the mountain, a gentleman called Henrik Harrer actually managed, with his team, he managed to reach the summit in 3 days. He managed to get to the summit and survived in 3 days. 12 years later, 2 climbers worked together, and they managed to reach the summit in just under 1 day. They did it in 18 hours. And then in the 1960s, we saw the first successful solo climb. So some good progression. This lady, Alison Hargreaves, she managed to reach the summit in 1988 on her own while she was 6 months pregnant. Quite impressive. And in the 90s, people started to climb this mountain in the heart of winter. They didn't wait for the summer season. In 2008, Ulrich Steck, he climbed the mountain, and he reached the summit in 2 hours and 47 minutes. That's incredible. It started at 3 days. This guy reached it in 2 hours and 47 minutes. And actually, in 2015, he broke his own record. He got up there even faster in 2 hours and 22 minutes. But of course, no sooner have we learned and decided and conquered this fierce mountain face, we decided to jump off it. In 2015, a trio of Brits climbed the mountain. They found a ledge near the top. They spread their arms and their legs, and they jumped. And they jumped from the top of the mountain. In the team was a gentleman called John Churcher. And John Churcher was the first blind man to reach the top, and he jumped with them. So is it the mountain has got smaller? Has it become less steep? No, I don't think that's true. The weather conditions are no more favorable. No, maybe humans have become a little bit stronger. Maybe, but certainly technology has advanced. It's technology that's helping us make these achievements. The advances in portal technology, the synthetics and everything really have taken us to become, we've taken normal human climbers to become superhuman climbing and flying machines. So maybe this is an image that starts to conjure when we talk about superhuman capabilities and cyborgs and things. Humans have always used tools. We've always used technology to help us conquer our fears and reach for the stars and deliver on our dreams. But today, the new technologies, machine learning, artificial intelligence, all of these fantastic technologies, they really are bringing in a new era where we are creating a huge amount of opportunity and we are creating superhuman capabilities. But what we're seeing is actually no longer are we just using tools, we are beginning to integrate these tools and this technology into the hardware of our own bodies. This list is a list of all the technologies that are currently either available or under development today. You can see some of them, like artificial hearts, bionic arms. They're incredible. These capabilities have come from, we've always been assessed by data. But actually, hopefully now, finally, we're at an era where the AI platforms that we see, the AI platforms and the services that we need to exploit those AI platforms are actually available to, if not all, to many. And with that foundation in place, that new AI foundation, we are now seeing people develop superhuman capabilities, things that have a real purpose. Technology is helping us do that. Oh, sorry. This gentleman, let's not forget, back in 2007, the introduction of these devices, the smartphone. It literally brings the world to our fingertips. So maybe we're all superhuman today. We're everyday superhumans. I don't know if many of you have seen this. This is the Swedish rail company, where in 2017 they introduced an NFC recognition system, and you can have a chip implanted in your hand. They very quickly got to 3,000 subscribers, and I don't know how many they have today. You can use this chip for your rail travel. You can use it to pay for your rail travel. Actually, they built an ecosystem around the chip, and now you can use it to access other public buildings, and other services are coming from the chip inside your hand. Is that something we'd all do? I don't know. We are also, though, immersing ourselves in new worlds, in augmented reality worlds, or in virtual worlds, or possibly even a combination of the two. This lady could well, in fact, be a brain surgeon. And she's currently in one of your neurotubes in your brain, and she's currently orchestrating a number of nanotechnology devices to help with some surgery. Maybe that's what's happening. Today we will call it surgery. Maybe in 20 years' time we'll call it maintenance. Yeah, who knows? But it's not just about overcoming disability. It's about more than overcoming disability. It's about us all participating. It's about us all having a sense of achievement. It's about us all competing if we want to compete. That's what technology is allowing us to do. We want to let technology help us challenge some of the conventional wisdoms. Just because I have a disability, does that really mean I'm disadvantaged? Maybe not anymore, or maybe not in the future. So in Reply, we apply 4 key areas for us to take on this challenge of creating superhuman capability. All 4 of these areas are very data hungry, not surprisingly. They all consume data. But in the cognitive upgrade layer, we really do need to consume a huge amount of data. But it's about making that data purposeful. That's what really develops superhuman capability. In Reply, we have a product called Pulse, which just consumes huge amounts of data from public available sources and from privately available sources to provide a data insight platform that allows our clients to make informed decisions, something that they can actually do. This is where the cognitive upgrade is really helping us develop. We also have, and we've talked about already a little bit, the physical upgrade. These upgrades, this is helping us develop and go into areas that we could not have gone before. Things like, for example, the driverless car. The driverless car takes us from A to B. That's a type of physical upgrade. This gentleman is wearing a device in his ear. It's called Body Track. It's by one of the companies, Innova, that we at Reply invest in through our incubator Breed Reply. They have developed this device. It monitors, it's a non-invasive device, it sits in the ear, and it monitors key vital signs, such as core body temperature, VO2. It can detect if you've fallen. It's a very clever device. It then connects and it sends this data in real time to the cloud, where there are algorithms, there are machine learning libraries that allow us to actually alert people if they are in any particular danger. These sorts of devices are really helping us explore, go to places, and just become safer just by planting this thing in your ear. Incredible. Of course, humans are, we like to think we have better lives, and we are certainly living longer. Technology has helped this health industry, well, probably from the beginning. There's always been some sort of technology helping. And we've made some great advancements in this. Let's just take, for example, the nurses and the exoskeletons that they use to transport now patients. You know, nurses have always had the superhuman gene, but now they have superhuman capability to go with it. So we are really making some fantastic, just the sheer volume of data that we're pulling together, allowing us to do diagnosis. The fact that the connectivity that technology brings and allows us to connect doctors who have never spoken together, and yet they're working in the same field, they could help each other. We're at a point in time where technology is helping us bring that connectivity together. And productivity, of course. Productivity is absolutely key. We've talked about the nurses and what they can now do. When we combine all of these technologies together, we can dramatically improve our productivity. We've also seen productivity, and we've seen a lot of it at the conference, around data bots and virtual assistants and chatbots. In fact, we have a chat box in Reply. It's called Ray. And it helps me do my expenses. It's improving my productivity. In the UK, we say we're eating our own dog food. So we also, and bringing these together, we're helping many organizations with robotic process automation, with artificial intelligence, and bringing those things together. We are at an era of intelligent automation, and we're very excited about intelligent automation. These are superhuman capabilities. So, with just on time, I just want to finish with 3 things, maybe, to take away, to think about. I'd like you to start, first of all, about the opportunity. The opportunity is huge. There is no organization, there is no industry, there is no process that today cannot be enhanced in some way by technology. We can absolutely touch anything. The opportunity for us all is immense. But technology for all, we've talked about the human aspect before, and we've heard other speakers talking about it. Technology for all. We want the infrastructure, the broadband networks, etc., to allow everybody to participate in this technology advancement. We want the bionic arms to be available to everybody. We want the health analytics to be available to everybody. So I think we, in the technology industry, we can help ensure that technology is available to all. We hear a lot about, and we heard it earlier today and yesterday, about techlash. The backlash on technology. We do hear a lot of information about fake news, about rigged elections, and it's not all about Donald Trump, I promise. We do hear about scandals in the other big organizations. But it's not all bad news, and that, in fact, brings me on to my last point. Actually, there is far more positive developments. There are far more positive areas that technology is helping us create superhuman capabilities. We are helping people in remote areas get access to things they didn't have access before. We are helping people live longer. Technology is helping us do that. So please, just finish with, I'm sure all of you are already helping us change the world, but technology is cool. We should be proud to be geeks, and let's go change the world. Thank you very much.